Wow, lemongrass tea for the win. It's like an internal aroma bath, all of it. It's just chef kisses. How you doing? I'm glad that you're here today in hindsight. My name is HINDZ. I hope you have a glass of tea because, you know, that's what we do on this channel, the #1 chill spot on YouTube. And I've been feeling like a new fire within me, which I'm happy because for a minute I wasn't feeling the fire. You know, I just came back from a vacation. I'm gonna tell you all about that vacation very soon. But I wanted to dive a little bit into our gifts, you know, our interests, you know, our abilities, because I believe every single one of us has a gift. And I believe leaning into that gift is one of the greatest pathways and connections we could build with ourselves, the Most High, with this earth. And in my life, it's liberated me in so many ways. And I'm talking about that true liberation, not that fake stuff society talks about. But before we get into it, I know there's a lot of content creators out there, or aspiring content creators, and I actually created a course where, you know, we grab our journals. Oh, first off, look at my new journal. This is beautiful. My girl gave it to me. It's like, isn't this amazing? The first page, I already wrote something, and guess what? It already came true. The power of writing it down, and the power of God, the creator, source, Jesus. I love it. But in this course, we grab our journals and we dive deep to figure out how to bring our true self into our content, build a tribe, connect with the world. And I think there's a lot of good insights for you, all you creatives out there. And you can check it out with our sponsor, Skillshare. Now, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning like I do and wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. And I believe we need to invest in ourselves, in our personal growth, in our creative abilities. I was interested in joining Skillshare because, first off, I'm a fan of learning and fine-tuning my craft, which allows us to have a deeper understanding of our creativity and ourselves. I've learned from creators like Ali Abdul, Sorrel, and in my course, we journey through creativity as a personal development tool. One good thing about Skillshare is it's ad-free, so you can stay in the zone while you're exploring all these new skills. Plus, new premium classes launch every single week, so there's always something new to discover. So no excuse not to try something out. So I would love for you to check out Skillshare, especially my course, because I believe our highest form of nutrition is in our expression, and that is what my course embodies. It's there to help you get started on your YouTube channel and your content creation and use it as a tool to become your best version of yourself. So I want to hook you up. The first 1,000 people to use the link in my description will get a 1-month free trial on Skillshare. So make sure you check that out. If you look at the reviews are booming. Humbly speaking, I wasn't sure. You know, sometimes you create something and you're not sure if it's going to be received well, but the reviews have been amazing. Somebody asked me on Instagram, you know, what do you do when you don't have the fire for the thing that you once loved anymore? And I was like, what a good question, because that relates and resonates for so many of us. And it's something that I was going through as well. You know, when this YouTube channel, which was once like my personal diary and a hobby, then became my business, there were times where I didn't know how to discern between the two. And I definitely lost a little bit of fire. Now, video is my gift, speaking is my gift, and anytime I do it, I feel amazing. And for a lot of us, we're still searching for our gifts, right? And I always say, just lean into an interest. You understand? Like, an interest is a perfect signal or sign that something may be beyond that interest, and it may be a gift. Maybe not, but having that curiosity in life, right? Being able to try new things, getting out of our comfort zone, becoming comfortable with being uncomfortable is always going to allow us to discover new depths and gifts. You understand? Because every single one of us was given a gift, and every single one of us still has more depths within us to discover. I get excited about my own growth all the time. I'm like, man, there's things about me that I don't even know yet. There's experiences to have that will unlock new parts of ourselves, or people to come into our life, new love to come into our life, mentors, whatever it may be, that's going to unlock parts of our heart and our spirit. So keep that in your forefront, that curiosity, that excitement about life, especially when you're trying to figure out what you're good at, especially when you're trying to figure out your interests, your gifts, or simply just what you want to do with your time on this planet. Because I believe our highest form of nutrition is in our expression. I have learned the absolute most from creating. I didn't even think I was like the type of person that had like any type of comedic flair until I started creating content, and I'll be sitting there watching myself and editing. I'm like, oh, you're kind of funny. And then other people would be like, I was laughing so hard. And I was like, I learn things about myself all the time through the creative process. It has actually been like a spiritual journey within itself. And to me, if God, our creator, source, Jesus, has placed a gift within every single one of us, then it's our job, it's your job to discover it, nurture it, water it, sprout it, blossom, and then if you feel, share it with the world. You understand? Now, some of us, we have our gifts, we have things in our life that we love, but we've lost that fire. And we think, well, maybe it no longer aligns. But think of a campfire, right? Like when you set up a campfire, what do you have to do? You have to continue to fan the fire, add more wood, you understand, or more paper, right? You have to give the fire more life. And the same thing goes with us, you understand? Just because you have a creative hobby doesn't mean you're going to be in the mood every single day, and doesn't mean you're going to have that fire about it. But what can you do to switch things up? What can you do to give it a new perspective, a new angle? Same thing goes with our relationships. We have great relationships in our life. It may be a love in our life, and some days it may be full of fire. But you have to put work into that relationship to keep the fire alive. What normally happens for people, they get into a relationship or a marriage, and then they get extremely boring, or they stop trying because they have that person. But you should always be pursuing the love of your life, you understand? Figure out new ways to surprise them, new dates, you understand? It doesn't have to be exciting all the time, but the effort has to be there. And the same thing with everything we do in our life. How can we spice it up? How can we add a little bit more flair so we can feel that fire and get the most out of our expression, the most out of our experiences? For me, I've been leaning a lot more into the sound production side of things, because I realize that gives me the most excitement right now. Editing video, I love it, but there's not as much fire for me in that side of things right now. So I've been leaning towards sound, but also I realize there's more fire and different kinds of conversations I want to be having, that we're going to be having very soon. Over the last couple of years, we've gone through so many affirmations, we've had so many good times, but now I'm like, man, there's more controversial topics and things that I want to talk about that I notice in society, and those have a lot of passion for me. I have a lot of care for those topics. So instead of doing the same thing over and over, which we do a lot of the times, we had to clip our wings so a new set of wings can grow. Our old ways may not serve us in this new space, you understand? Our old ways may not serve us in this new space. To fly to new heights, to soar to those new views, we will need to develop a new rhythm, a new routine, throw a new hobby into the mix, you understand? Rekindle that love for self or in our relationships. Our self-love, it's our first love, right? Like, we're supposed to love our neighbor. In the Bible, it says, love thy neighbor or your enemy as you love yourself. So we learn how to love ourselves, so we actually know how to love others. When we learn how to love ourselves through our faults, through our guilt, through our shame, ask forgiveness, repent, and we become real with ourselves, we can look at everybody else and realize they all go through the same emotions and their own experiences, you understand? We can see people for their human again because we saw us for who we truly are. That's why self-love is so beautiful, but it doesn't stop there. Self-love is service. You understand? Like self-love is service. We are here to serve. And with your gift, with your abilities, you understand, you get to illuminate this planet with your unique essence. Like, I just think every single one of us has an interesting viewpoint because nobody has lived the exact life that you're living, right? So the way you see things, the angle you approach things, you don't realize how different that is. Even if people are doing similar things than you, nobody has the exact viewpoint as you. And if you can figure out how to take all of that and embody it into your art, your creativity, or simply your experiences, your life, your relationships, my friend, it's going to thrive. And write it down. Grab your journal and write down like, hey, I want to have a deeper relationship with myself. I want to have a deeper relationship with the Most High. I want to strengthen my gifts. I want to find my gifts. Write it down. Say it so you can address it. You understand? So it can come true. This season, there is just so much for us to lean into, so much for us to discover. You know, that curiosity is going to be so important in keeping our spirits alive. Faith is our main fuel. I think for me, curiosity is like a flashlight. You understand? Like, I could be in a dark tunnel, my life could be dark, but if I'm curious, then I still believe in the magic in life. I still believe in hope. I'm still curious of, what is behind that door? Let me knock over there instead of sitting idle or in my comfort and not making any moves at all. So I can feel in my spirit there's so much for you to discover, you understand? And this season, this channel, we're going to dive deep to discovering these new gifts, discovering the truth, right? Not just my truth, because there comes a point where we have to realize sometimes our truth doesn't equal the truth, right? And we're going to be having a lot more difficult conversations on this channel so we can remove any dirty laundry within ourselves so we can feel lighter, we can express ourselves, you understand? And we can become visible testimonies of God's grace because that's what you are, you understand? Your unique light, your hue, let me tell you, it's about to shine bright. And you done know, in hindsight, everything is gonna be all right. It's a vibe thing, and we power by cheer. Just give me one jaw. Cheer. We got the jaw merch coming soon. Affirmation cards are on their way. I ordered thousands of them, so we're gonna have a few thousand. That's gonna be enough for you to order. Hey, order a few. You understand? Let's keep it going. Let's lean into our gifts. You got this. I believe in you.